Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. It's a new month, so that means we gotta go over everything I read the previous month. I feel like I intro these the same way every single time. You know the drill. Before we get into that, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link that is always in the description. Okay, so I finished a lot of books in January. Technically one of them I did start in December, but the end of December sucked. If you watched like my last couple videos and or follow me on social media, you know why. First one I'm gonna talk about is a creepy book club pick, not January's, but December's. So our December 2020 creepy book club pick was Abandoned by Blake Crouch, which jumps back and forth between two different time periods, the present day and what, like 100 some years in the past. So our main cast of characters in the present are visiting this very isolated, hard to reach, abandoned ghost town where Roanoke style, the community 100-ish years prior just disappeared one Christmas day. So we jump back and forth between like the past leading up to Christmas Day as we find out what actually happened to this town full of people, and the present day where I'm not going to tell you exactly why they're in the town because that's a little bit of spoilies. Of course, the reason why they're there is not why you think, and they find out they're not alone. Could it be ghosts? Could it be something else? You gotta read to find out. It's kind of a long boy. Like, it's a little bit thick, but I feel like it moved quite quickly, pace-wise. I don't know if that was like the jumping back and forth between time periods helping a little bit, but the ultimate twist in the book was not what I was expecting. Not unrealistic. I just thought it was going to go in a completely different direction. So I was pleasantly surprised when it didn't go that way. So it wasn't as predictable as I thought it was, like as I was reading it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. I also read 2 manga that I just happened upon at work and thought I would read. They're 2 of the same kind of. They're both anthologies called Syrup. They're Yuri anthologies, which is lesbian manga. That's the definition to my knowledge. It's an anthology of very short stories, which is the big issue I had with it. They were really cute stories with the exception of one, which I'll talk about in just a second. My biggest gripe is that they are so incredibly short. It's like a setup to what I feel like should be like a book in and of itself. You know what I mean? Other than that, in the second volume by Ito Hachi, The Left Leg Shackle. I have not confirmed this yet. It appeared to me that the 2 characters in the story was a younger person, like minor, and the other was not. Again, I don't have that confirmed. I don't know for sure. And it's really hard to know for sure because the story's only like fucking 8 pages. So if you wanted to pick this up or you were interested in either of these, that's in volume 2, just a content warning. Then I read, where is it? Oh. The Shining. I read / listened to the audiobook for this one, specifically for Does This Offend You, which I will link on whichever side that shit pops up on. I still don't know. We, Emma, Spooky Astronauts, and I both read the book, watched the mini-series, and watched the film, all for a Does This Offend You episode, which you should definitely watch because that's like the most we've done for any episode. Up until this episode of Does This Offend You, I had only ever seen the 1980 Stanley Kubrick version of The Shining. So in my head, that's like The Shining. That's what The Shining is. I have to say, I did not mind the book. As somebody who finds it hard to get through Stephen King books and usually DNFs them, I was mostly okay with this one. Still had issues with the way he writes women, but that's just a thing that I have an issue with Stephen King. I did give the book a 4 out of 5 though. I think I liked the characters a whole lot more in the book compared to the film. That's one thing I agree with on Stephen King. I don't remember the exact quote that I pulled for the episode, but he was talking about how like his version is like warm. It's like something happening to the characters, like the evil is coming from without, and in Kubrick's film it's very cold and it's like the evil is coming from within Jack Torrance, which I agree with. And it's just, as somebody who needs that character connection, I liked this just a little bit more. Really quick, this one is not horror either. I know I just talked about two like gay manga also. I read a romance book. I almost never do that. Really quick, for anyone interested, I read Something to Talk About by Meryl Wilsner. It follows a Hollywood producer and her assistant who end up accidentally stirring up these rumors that they are dating. Romantic comedy hijinks ensue. I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Goodreads. It was a cute enough story. I just didn't think that our two main characters had any sexual chemistry or like romantic chemistry. I feel like they worked really, really well as friends. Like genuinely, like all the moments, it's just like, it was almost like them being attracted to each other was an afterthought. Next thing I read was a graphic novel that just appeared at work, and I was like, ooh, that sounds awesome. Let me read that. We got this graphic novel in called Infinitum. I'm not sure where the emphasis is supposed to be on this word, but it is a graphic novel, an Afro-futurist tale by Tim Fielder. Essentially, it follows this king who is cursed by a witch to live forever. So the graphic novel just like literally, it just goes through time, all of history like that we know so far, and then of course into the future with this king who is eternal, and just him experiencing and shaping the world. Feels very classic. Like it's just, it just feels like something that we should all be familiar with, that it's like a story that gets passed down and told many, many different times in many different iterations. The art is gorgeous. I really like the simplicity of it. So there's a lot where it's really just like kind of relying on the art to do the storytelling. The text is not overbearing. It's not very text heavy. It was a 5 out of 5 for me on Goodreads. And finally, our creepy book club pick for January 2021, first month of the new year, was The Ritual by Adam Neville. I'm sure most of you guys are at least vaguely familiar with this because they made a Netflix movie based on this book. So if you've seen that, you kind of already have a gist of what the book is about. The movie definitely took some liberties with the story of the book, and normally that would be something that would maybe irritate me, and I would be sitting here telling you that I thought the book was better, but as it turns out, this is one of those rare occasions where I found the movie to actually be a better story. The thing that was lacking for me for a lot of this book is caring about the characters. Luke in this, he's such an asshole and I hate him. Of all the characters to be stuck in the head of, Luke's was the worst. And all of his character development seemed to like come at a rush right at the end. So it was almost just like too little too late, or it's like, it's not that short of a book. We could have had a little bit of progression somewhere in the middle there. but no. I also feel like making the people they encounter at the end a community of people that worship this entity was way more interesting than what it actually was 3 teenagers who are just like obsessed with Norwegian black metal, literally. It just wasn't as compelling because again, you don't really get much about the teenagers either. Like, it's just very random. It's just very random. Also, I do have to say, not really a fan of the writing when it came to fat characters. I just don't understand what it is with authors, and they make being fat a personality trait. One female of the like group of like crazy teenagers is fat, and literally it's every sentence that she is referenced in. It's about how fat she is and how disgusting that is to Luke. For whatever reason, Adam Neville just also felt the need to throw in there a bit about Luke thinking how bad that this teenage girl's pussy smells. Why? And made me a little crazy because it's like we got through like so much of the book, what I thought was like pretty genuinely scary moments, you know, like kind of Blair Witch-esque, hiking through the woods, obviously lost, getting turned around all the time, something scary out there in the wilderness that you can't see but you like know it's there and you can hear it. That's terrifying. And then just to like have all this like god-awful bullshit at the end. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gave this one a 2 out of 5. It was not my favorite. Really quick, is the book near me? Oh, it is. I know it's already a long video, but our creepy book club read for this month, February, is The Good House by Tananarive Due. It's Black History Month, it's Women in Horror Month, so we're celebrating both of those things with this one supposedly awesome book. I've seen so many great reviews for this, so really excited to dig into this. So that's everything I read in January and kind of December. Let me know what you read this past month and what your faves were so I can add them to my TBR, because we all know I have no self-control. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Become a creepy peep today. I post 2 new videos a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So we'll see you this weekend with another new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.